Okay, it looks like we are back. Let's have a look at what the map is. We have Arabia here. Arabia, Huns v Huns. A very interesting tower rush here by... Oh, okay, we're back at the time, so let's have a look what's happened here, because it looks like there's a lot of villagers here from FWB. We have FWB in the red as the Huns against his opponent, AstaroT. AstaroT as the purple player as the Huns as well. And it looks like he tried to get the barracks up here with a, yeah, I'm not too sure. I think he got a forward barracks up. It's very ambitious. Yeah, no, you're right, Warrior. I mean, that's what the professional players do. It's all about rushing. You wanna put pressure on your opponent's economy. That is so important. And all the top players, that's basically what the top players do. They really push hard and they rush. They rush, and the idea is to do a damage to your opponent's economy. Because while you're doing a damage, you're pressuring your opponent. Even if you're keeping your opponent inside their base, they're not there harassing your economy. So you should have a better economy in the long run. So currently actually a spear battle. This is extremely interesting. Players going battles of the spears with two villagers moving forwards for FWB. However, at the moment a watchtower is coming up right outside his barracks, which is going to make it hard for him to keep producing those spearmen. Well, actually, a watchtower's coming up there for AstaroT. So AstaroT putting a watchtower next to his barracks in order to try and defend it. But the villagers moving forwards here, in fact, forced to cancel the watchtower there because he's just outnumbered. Actually moving those villagers back now, so perhaps he's given up on this rush. But that's also stopped the watchtower there from FWB. But indeed, the villagers and spearmen are moving back now for AstaroT. So a very interesting start. We don't often see the battle of the spearmen, but yeah, clearly AstaroT doesn't think he's going to win that, and perhaps it's because he saw the archers, double archery range out now for FWB, and a lot... Oh, look at this. This is just a crazy game. What on earth happened here? We have a drush now coming in at 17-minute mark by FWB, so perhaps that was a drush that tried to do some damage and didn't do all that well at doing the damage, although a couple villagers looked like they were taken down. I think that was villagers coming forwards from FWB. And this is absolutely crazy game at the moment. There's militia here attacking the villagers, trying to retreat from AstaroT, while the spearmen are happy. Well, lots of villagers coming forwards here from FWB, chasing back the spearmen of AstaroT. AstaroT building a stable to try and deal with this. Villagers very quickly getting a very nice wall up, putting the watchtower up to try and protect this lumber. An absolutely wonderful walling there from AstaroT. Absolutely brilliant job there. The archers are in play though. He's going to have to get that watchtower up. That's of vital importance to him. While the villager parade here comes around the back for SWB. And this tower will get up there for AstaroT, so he will manage to keep his wood here. Very nice walling for him. Coming up with another lumber camp up on the wood behind. His villagers are... Oh no, he's got all these villagers here trapped on the berries. He's unfortunately walled them in with this very interesting tower. He will be able to get them out shortly as the game goes on. We see here the archers just keeping patrol over this barracks. They don't want anything fishy to happen here from AstaroT. But AstaroT keeping control here with the single spearmen. But we see the watchtower now here from AstaroT. He's putting up a defensive watchtower against the forward here from FWB. So FWB going for a tower rush. This tower should get up, but he may lose a villager off this. Oh, okay, so I don't think the tower can actually hit these villagers that are behind it, so he will get that up. He needs to get it up because he has the gold on the front of his base, and he needs to protect that. The villager's going to continue to, perhaps going to wall off this relic. What are they doing? Going around to continue the pressure with the towers here for FWB. Indeed, they're going around the side, perhaps going to build another tower on this gold. Villagers moving forwards now for AstaroT to take this gold, but he's got to be careful around the side here. Uno actually moving forwards to provide some much needed power for this tower. He wants to take down the tower of FWB, but he's got to be careful because another watchtower coming up around the side there for FWB. And, oh, it looks like AstaroT sees this watchtower. He's going to be distracted trying to keep his previous watchtower up, sending more villagers forward to repair it, but he's going to have to do something to defend against this other watchtower on his right-hand side because this is going to take him completely off the gold. Scouts now going forwards for AstaroT, trying to get a harass on the archers, but not doing all that good a job. Going to go around and perhaps take on these stone villagers. That would definitely help him against this tower rush. But it's unfortunate he didn't notice this tower because that's going to provide him some troubles. It's going to make it hard for him to get the gold now. Perhaps able to get the gold on this side here. Villagers building palisades to try and protect this watchtower. Scouts coming in now, though. Oh, nice job there by Astaro, using the scouts to take down the tower. That is an extremely smart player there. The villagers are not going to repair it. In fact, the villagers getting killed off here. Now retreating to the other tower. Astaro trying to take down the villagers with the scouts. It does look like the tower will go down, though. Losing a scout there, unfortunately, there for Astaro. But that's the distraction he needed, because now he's getting his defensive watchtower up. The tower is down there for FWB. Trying to get the defensive watchtower up, but it's going to be stopped, actually. I don't think he's going to get that up because it's just too far away. Going to send all the villagers towards it, though. Has to get those villagers in the right position, and currently the villagers just can't get close enough to get it up. He's built it a bit too close to the tower there from FWB, and choosing to retreat, putting up a blacksmith to get the archer upgrades most likely, or the perhaps it's going to go scout upgrades, I would hope not. Does he have archery ranges up? I'm not too sure, but that tower may go down. Going to try and send all his villagers. Yes, sending the villagers forwards to try and build it, but very keen eye there from FWB, keeping those villagers away. He does not want the tower to get up there, so he's going to force the cancel there for Astaro. Meanwhile, though, Astaro not doing all that much to FWB's base, unfortunately. FWB with a lot of archers to deal with the archers there from Astaro. Scouts coming forwards from Astaro, going to stick to those scouts at the moment. Does have the fletching upgrade, and I'm sure he's going to be going up to the archery ranges soon, or he may already have the archery ranges, although I can't see it. No, so Astaro has gone up to fletching without archery ranges, or any archers. Interesting. Perhaps he didn't realise that he had a lack of archers? I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know where did his archers come from? Where did his archery range go? Who knows, but unfortunately it doesn't look like he has any archers that I can see anyway, so he's not going to be going forwards with archers. But, oh, very nice there. The scouts doing a lot of harass on the stone miners, getting out there just in time as the spears come in play there for FWB. FWB taking the wood behind here. Unfortunately, the tower's not doing all that much. The villagers now on the gold pretty easily, so Astaro is getting a steady supply of gold, perhaps to go up to the castle age, but we see that FWB is a lot close to castle age. Astaro is going to have to send some extra villagers to the gold in order to get enough gold fast enough to go up to the castle age, as he won't want to get left behind here. The archers and spearmen taking down the barracks, but the scouts are still in play here for Astaro, getting taken down though by perhaps the archers or the watchtower. It's for the towers. Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah, nice pick up there, Barles. You're right. So, yeah, he's getting the fletching in order to give his towers the extra range so that he can more effectively defend against this. So, yeah, no, you're 100% correct there. I forgot about that one. But the towers also get affected by the archery upgrades. Oh, and he's actually tried to take this gold on the left, but the archers have killed off the villagers there for FWB's archers have killed off the villagers for Astaro, and that watchtower can't really do anything as they don't have murder holes until the castle age. In fact, FWB halfway up to the castle age. Scouts continue to come out for Astaro, but Astaro only just clicking up to castle age now, so he will be a bit behind here, putting up a lot of watchtowers, and we have the triangle of death. The triangle of death here, keeping the archers away from FWB. Hey, let's improve. How you going, man? It's been a while since I've streamed. It's been like a whole 2 days. I should be streaming for the next few days now, though. So the archers being forced back there for FWB. Huge amounts of watchtowers out for Astaro, so really defending this well. Currently, Scouts just sitting in the middle of the map, so both players just putting it on hold. I'm going pretty well, thank you. Yeah, actually, it's been a pretty decent day. Could have been better, but every day can be better. Actually, a lot of scouts in here from Astaro now. He's quite dedicated to these scouts, actually. I wonder what his plan is. Going up to Bloodlines, perhaps going to go into the Cavalry Archers, but no, he's going to go into the Knights. So, nice counter against the Archers, going directly into the Knights. But the problem is that FWB's already in Castle Age, and he's going up with the crossbow upgrade. Still keeping Astaro off his gold, so I'm not too sure if... Yeah, Knights are the smartest thing. He's going up 3 stables, though. No, he's going to continue go Scouts, perhaps? Like, surely he's going Knights. Scouts will be fairly effective. He's got to do something to get rid of these crossbowmen. The towers are good for defending, but he's got to get rid of them so he can take back his gold. He's going up to chain bard. Oh no, that's FWB going up to chain barding armor. Astaro also going up to chain barding armor. So It looks like FWB realised that perhaps the Knights are coming out, and in fact he's sending his own Knights forward, so Knights play there. He's going to defend against this fairly well. The Scout Cavalry and Light Cav, so Light Cav out for Astaro on those Knights will be a great counter. Scouts heading forwards now, but they're going to get intercepted by these Knights, and these Knights just have so much more, can do so much more damage to these Scouts. It's going to be hard here for Astaro to defend against this. The Knights will also probably start taking down the towers. Crossbowmen still in play here. Astaro putting up an outpost, but you know he needs to start getting gold from somewhere. He's just realised he doesn't have the gold income at the moment. Oh, and he's actually sending the scouts to take down all the forward villagers from FWB, and they are actually decimated now. So, wonderful job there for Astaro, and he's going to go and take off those rest of those archers and perhaps take down these towers, indeed. Going to go straight for the towers. Then that will allow him to secure this gold back. So, wonderful play there by him. He is also starting to pump out Knights, but he's got to get that gold secured right now. He's going to have to send a lot of villagers to start mining that gold right away so he can continue producing those Knights. It looks like Astaro also putting up a town centre. The crossbows there, unfortunately, but the Light Cav should be able to pretty easily take care of it. Town centre going up, perhaps wanting to take advantage of this deer. I know it's in Castle Age, but the deer is still useful. Kind of also walling off this area. This is an interesting town centre. The Knights are in play, though, in force for FWB, so it looks like Astaro needs to bring his Knights forward. Crossbow just hiding in the back at the moment, but currently Astaro has the force here to deal with these Knights. Just be one moment, guys. Okay, just gotta make sure my chat's up. Okay, and we'll head back now, so sorry about that. Get back to the action. So the Knights are engaging with these scouts here, and it looks like the Knights have the advantage with the Spearmen coming in, and I think Astaro needs to retreat now. He needs to retreat those scouts right now and drag them away from his base, but it looks like he's actually continuing to fight and doing quite a fairly good job. Actually, I think he's won that battle, and that's absolutely amazing. That is a wonderful job, a wonderful play with the Light Cavs. I mean, a Huns v Huns war, you do not see the Light Cavs in play all that often. You generally see the Hussars at the late game stage, but no, you don't see those Light Cav often. So these are very interesting plays here by both players. We saw the Spearmen fight at the start, and now we've got the Light Cav going up against the Knights. A lot more Knights in play now, though, for Astaro, and they should be able to pretty easily take down these Light Cav. Unless they sneak by, of course. The Light Cav just sneaking straight by, sending the Knight back to try and deal with this, but splitting up the Light Cav here for Astaro, because he's going to go and harass the villagers. The villagers are going to have a hard time here. Looks like most of them will get away, though. The other Light Cav going to harass the other villagers, but nice placement of spears there for FWB, going to be able to fairly easily deal with this, but losing a few villagers around the place. He's going to be vulnerable, though, with these Knights coming in, and he may be well to actually wall off these villagers, because these villagers are in danger now, having to send the rest back to the town centre. Knights out for Astaro, though, and actually killing off the rest of the Knights here for FWB, so nice play there for Astaro. The rest of the scouts escaping. They did a little bit of damage, but I don't think it was enough. Neither player really doing too much damage to each other. And the towers for Astaro at the moment helping him quite a lot. Helping him to defend against these Knights to some extent. Yeah, no, you're right. I guess there was full feudal scouts for Astaro anyway, and it was a good play going to scouts. He knew that he was low on gold, and he needed to get some decent unit out to combat what FWB was going to send at him, and he chose the right unit. He went for the Light Cavs. Currently, very even game at the moment. The score is very even for both players. The Knight fight continues north of Astaro's base, but currently FWB with a slight advantage. We see the town centre being built quite forward there for Astaro, and he's got to watch out because those Knights are going to take out the villagers, and he wants to get those villagers back right now, trying to build the town centre, but the Knights here from FWB just right over the town centre. He needs to get those Knights down now so he can get a town centre up, but no, it's too late. Going to send those villagers just in time back to the tower, losing one villager, but it's a nice job there by Astaro. And currently FWB just focusing on restricting Astaro from his gold. Crossbow's still up there, but he could go and take that other gold if he wishes to. But he needs to get rid of these Knights now. He needs to get these villagers straight to building this town centre right now. He needs to get those villagers on, and indeed he is sending those villagers straight to build this town centre down on the hill. while the Knights here from FWB are distracted with the Knights from Astaro. I think Astaro's Knights are going to get taken down, forcing them to retreat, but it should achieve his goal of getting this town centre up on the gold, which will provide him a very nice defensive position to protect his gold. More and more Knights, though, coming forwards for FWB, and currently Astaro at a disadvantage simply because he doesn't have the gold. And this, he could... Oh, will this town centre get up? He's got to be fast. Moving those villagers just in time. He's watching that closely. He does not want to lose those villagers. Needs to keep those Knights away from them. The Knights, though, from FWB just rushing right in and going straight for the villagers. And currently Astaro doesn't have enough to defend against this. If we look at the upgrades to both players, we have the +2 defense, +1 attack there, light cav, versus the +2 defense, +2 armor, +2 armor and +2 attack Knights from FWB. And yeah, the villagers finding it hard to get this town center up. They need to go now. They need to go now and get this up so he can secure his gold, because he needs his gold so desperately. A lot of units out in play for Astaro, though, so he's holding on with those light cav thrown into the mix. So the light cav proving the unit he's needed in that game, in this game. But a lot of villagers now moving forwards, and we're going to see we're not going to see a castle, but perhaps we're going to see some forward buildings here from FWB. But he's going to be met with these light cav and knights. You'd expect FWB to have the advantage here, but those light cavs are proving to be fairly good against the knights. The villagers will sneak around the back though, and are putting a town center on the gold close to Astaro. So he wants to try to push the advantage here and really take some map control. FWB with a lot of gold. Astaro is slowly getting up his gold again, but he needs a lot more villagers on that gold. More light cav coming into play, so going for quite a food heavy army here, because that's really all he has in abundance at the moment. Putting up another stable, so he wants to continue production. He has somewhat of a hill advantage here, so doing quite a good job. He's chosen a good fight. Forcing the Knights back now from FWB. So currently both players doing really well, but I suspect that FWB will be an Imperial Age not too long. Although he has used up all his food. He has the gold for Imperial Age, but yeah, he just keeps using his food to keep pumping out these Knights, because that's what he needs to do at the moment. And another stable coming up now for Astaro. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stables out for Astaro. The Knights, though, moving straight in for FWB, and he may not get that stable up. No, you're going to retreat those villagers back to the tower. The tower's proving it's so effective for Astaro at the moment. And it looks like Astaro now moving in with those Knights, going straight for the lumber camp. Unfortunately not doing the harass he wants, and he's going to run into a group of Knights here from FWB. So definitely not what he wants to be doing, especially while the Knights here are taking down that tower there for Astaro. That is really bad for him. He doesn't want to lose those towers, because it's those towers that give him the advantage at this point. And losing that tower on the gold is a big thing for him. Has some light cav around the back to try and harass these villagers. The Knights getting taken down in the middle of the base, though, surrounded by the archer fire, and also the Knights here from FWB engaging with Astaro once again and getting the advantage. So currently at the moment, FWB just has the advantage in terms of the gold. More stables trying to come out here for Astaro, but I don't think it's a good positioning. The Knights here may not see it. If he can keep them away, he should be able to get that up. Sending some more Knights and the light cav forwards to try and push FWB away. But at the moment, Astaro just needs to keep massing his army. We see an army of villagers moving forwards, but they're going to be caught here. Astaro is going to see this army of villagers, and they're building a castle. So building a castle right next to the town centre and wood line here of FWB, of Astaro. He wants to push in and claim this gold, the only gold that Astaro has at the moment. And the Knights coming in to fully support this push. Knights coming around the back for Astaro, but I don't think it's enough to deal with this castle unless he can sneak around the back, which he is doing. He's sending the light cav around the back to start taking out these villagers. The Knights coming in to raid, but the castle will come up, and he won't get many villager kills at all. And here comes the castle right now, and this is an extremely strong position here for FWB, forcing Astaro to push his villagers back to the other wood on his town centre. Just looking at both players' resources, just the amount of gold here for FWB is absolutely amazing. 2.3 thousand gold. And just huge amounts of Knights in play. Huge amounts of Knights, and he just keeps sending the Knights in. The Knights here from Astaro trying to deal with this, but he doesn't have enough. He's only just managed to get the amount of villagers on gold he needs. Still trying to produce knights, and he's just going to defend this. He needs to get the hill advantage, though. He does not have the hill advantage. Just huge advantage here from FWB at the moment. Now taking down the stables, which once again restricts the production from Astaro. Astaro going to try and keep this hill up here. He wants to keep the maximum advantage he can on the knights from FWB. But FWB just going to keep sending knights in, now building a second castle to further restrict the gold from Astaro. And I think this is getting near to the end of the game here. I don't see how Astaro is going to be able to live without his gold. And just the amount of knights in play from FWB at the moment, I don't see how he's going to come back from this. Oh, and the castle is up. The villagers try to build a outpost, but clearly they saw a little too late, and he's going to lose those villagers on the gold. So unfortunately there for Astaro, he's going to have a lack of gold now. He needs to just keep pumping out those knights, but now knights trying to raid around the side, and they will get a lot of damage on these gold miners. Going straight for the gold miners. It looks like Astaro has seen this. This will allow the knights to come in the other side there from FWB. Chasing the knights away here, so Astaro did chase the knights away from FWB into the other side of his base where he does have another gold mine. But he's not going to do much against this. He's going to have to send his army to defend in one side, but he doesn't know which side to defend. Going to lose a lot of villagers up the north, but the battle rages in the south now. Going up to Imperial Age, FWB is going up to the Imperial Age. Astaro not really close at the moment. He needs to get up quickly, but currently he's just being outplayed here. Not able to really defend against this and losing huge amounts of villagers up on the north side. Sending the knights back to try and deal with this with all he has. But he just doesn't have the number of knights to deal with the attack here from FWB. A lot of rams coming out though from Astaro, so Astaro is going to try and push this back. He's going to keep fighting. He's not going to give up at the moment. With that amount of rams, I don't think it's going to be effective simply because the amount of knights here that FWB has in play. But he's going to try sending the knights forward now, and he's going to move those rams in. The knights have to come in around the back for FWB, but they're going to be slow. The rams may be able to take down this castle, but unfortunately has sent the knights in the wrong position. Now sending some pikemen forwards. Astaro sending pikemen forwards in order to assist with this battle, and the knights have been pushed away now from FWB, and the rams are in play here for Astaro, going to try and take down this castle. Will he be able to take this down though? He needs to get the positioning right. I think he needs to get the positioning right, and he doesn't have it. He needs to get those pikemen into position and defend those rams. He's getting those knights, microing those knights around to try and create a shield of bodies around this rams to protect them. I think he's done it, but can he hold on? That's the question here. This is the fight of the match here. Can these rams take down this castle? And I think they can. I think Astaro has taken down the castle. An absolutely brilliant play, pushing back the army of FWB with those pikemen. Those pikemen were what made it for him there with a +2 attack and +1 armor. Managed to absolutely decimate the knights there from FWB. FWB also going up for the pikemen and cavalier, but he's just lost the massive knights now. The cavalier, when they get to cavalier though, he has actually produced more knights back at his base. So, but absolutely amazing play there from Astaro. He did a really good job to try and to actually pull that back into his favour. Also, interestingly, attacking this castle, utilising the fact that FWB doesn't have murder holes. But interestingly, FWB has been creating things in that castle. I'm interested in what they are. No, he's not creating anything. They're just villagers hiding. Villagers scared for their life. The battering ram's going to start moving towards the other castle. A lot of pikemen out there for Astaro. Astaro just clicked up to Imperial Age. He's up against the cavalier though. He needs to keep those knights safe and use those pikemen effectively here. We see the Paladin upgrade as well for FWB, so FWB gonna try and take this game now. The pikemen are going to try and deal with these cavalier, but if I were FWB, I would retreat like that. He needs to get those cavalier out of there until he gets the Paladin upgrade. Actually moving those pikemen into the castle, so now Astaro needs to move back, but I know he's just trying to push, but he's lost those pikemen now. Those pikemen are what going to give him the advantage here. He needs to keep them all alive. He needs to keep those pikemen alive. Going to try and push forwards with the next set of rams here, engaging with the pikemen and the knights, and I think he's outnumbered FWB now. FWB needs to move in with more units. The rams are in now, but once again, positioning is super important here for Astaro. Astaro needs to position these knights correctly so that the rams can't be taken down. Villagers going to try and repair this castle though, but the knights being microed around the side for Astaro to take out the villagers. Can he get down this castle? This is going to be the second crucial moment of this game, because he needs to get down this castle so he can secure his second gold back. The rams, oh, he slightly got those knights out of position. He needs to get them back into position and make sure the paladins do not take down the rams. Villagers here from FWB doing everything they can, and I think he may be able to hold on to this. The villagers though out. They stopped repairing. He's out of resources. He can't. He's out of resources. He can't keep repairing. Oh, and it's so close. I didn't think the castle would go down because the paladins are taking down the ramp. So unfortunately, there for Astaro, a very courageous push there, but wasn't able to take down that castle. However, he is now in Imperial Age. We see more villagers now actually try to move forwards there, but now moving back there for FWB. The battle continues to rage in the left-hand side here. A lot of barracks coming up now, so it looks like FWB are going to spam out those halberdiers to try and assist to the advantage. He's going to need to, because the knights are now starting to pick down the castle, slowly but surely. And I think at the moment FWB needs the murder holes. The halberdiers... Yeah, we got the ram out though, and yeah, currently it looks like that Astaro is just going to defend this as long as he can, because the ram is going to take down the castle. Will it take it down? We got one more hit. Come on, can you take it down? You can take it down. One more hit. No. No, don't lose the ram. I think it'll take it down. One more hit. Oh, and it got the castle down. Oh, wonderful job there by Astaro. Now pushing forwards. He needs to get some upgrades to these knights, though. He's still quite a bit behind, but really, really nice push at the moment. He secured his base once again. Now got the halberdier upgrade. Going to push out these knights for FWB. And FWB with a bulk of halberdiers, which he can't really do all that much with. Halberdier's not going to do all that good attacking in that sort of mass. Halberdiers now forward for Astaro as well. This is an absolutely amazing game at the moment. The stuff that we've seen in this game, you just don't see every day. And this is what Huns can be. The halberdiers though now going to harass the villagers, and the villagers trying desperately to get that stone mine. We see extra barracks coming up here for FWB. So he's going to continue to push with those halberdiers. And we saw the spearmen battles at the start of the game. Now we see the halberdier battles between Astaro and FWB. But, you know, FWB's in a little bit of trouble here. Some knights snuck into his base. Is defending against them with the paladins. But I don't think Astaro's interested in going paladins at all. He's going to stick to these halberdiers for now and just continue to defend his economy, pumping out more and more and more halberdiers. He's got 1, 2, 3 barracks up with surely more in his base. But a lot of barracks up now for FWB, and we see the halberdier battle. Both players going for mass halberdiers. And it looks like the halberdiers here from FWB being forced back now. And the harass is real up here in FWB's base. The light cavs are into the base for Astaro, doing some harass to the villagers. There's not many, but it's enough to really hurt FWB's economy. And it looks like the halberdiers have been pushed back now. Halberdiers engaging slightly north of where they should be at the moment. Astaro may want to move them down. Does have the hill advantage. He's going to have to defend slightly south of that in order to take down the rest of these halberdiers from FWB. But holding this position at the moment, holding this line and making sure that FWB can't continue to push in. FWB at the pop limit though, with Astaro close behind, and this is a really nice Imperial Gauge game. This is turning into a real classic here. The light cav at the top still doing harass here for Astaro. He's microing them well and continuing to kill off those villagers. Does look like he's lost them, but now spamming the light cav off to the base of FWB. He doesn't care that they're not upgraded. He's just going to keep spamming them. Light cav and halberdiers, the name of the game at the moment. It's been like this all game. We had the spearman battle at the start, and we moved into the light cavs doing huge amounts of defensive work there for Astaro. Doing an absolutely wonderful job. And now we have the light cavs here raiding for Astaro inside FWB's base. FWB though with his own light cavs to try and defend against this fighting fire with fire. And we see capped ramp with FWB as well, so what's happening up here? I hear the ramp, we have a town center coming up, and it does look like the ramp tried to come forwards there from FWB, but unfortunately didn't do all that good a job. The Halberdiers, though, able to move further into the base of Astaro and seriously do some economic damage. Astaro continuing to try to harass, but FWB still has this game to some extent. Astaro's been forced into this corner all game, but you never know, he may be able to come back from this. He's in a okay position. It's not the best, but he can work with it. Halberdier's just walking straight into his base, though. He wants to get some harass done with them. Not all that much they can do, though. And we see the Cav, which are now Hussars, so Hussars now moving forwards for FWB. He wants to do some serious harass into the economy of Astaro, and I'm not sure what Astaro can actually do about this. He doesn't have enough Halberdiers out in play. He's really short on resources, actually. He's on the limit, trying to continue to produce Halberdiers, but he needs a lot more at the moment. Halberdiers just his main defensive backbone. The Halberdiers taking out the villages around the back, and also taking out the farms. And here comes the Hussars to do some serious raiding there to Astaro's base. They will take down the tower, no doubt, and also a lot of the villagers on the wood. But we see the light cap as well going up towards the left-hand side to start raiding for Astaro. Perhaps he wants to start taking down these barracks. I'm not too sure what his plan is. FWB going elite skirmisher, so we have the full trash wars in action here. Of course, with the amount of Halberdiers in play, this has just stopped FWB actually going up to the Paladin, being able to do anything with his Paladins. But a lot of villager kills here for FWB, absolutely slaughtering villagers with his Hussars. The light cap trying to move forwards here from Astaro to do the damage back to the economy of FWB, but he has a lot of units there to defend at this. Halberdier battle, though, right under the TC of FWB. This has allowed Astaro to start mining this gold finally. It took him a lot of work to get that, but he finally got it, and it was well earned, with a lot of light cap now coming in, but the Paladin's going to defend the base of FWB fairly well against this. And I think it's really nice there that we saw FWB put a few Paladins around the back. But currently Astaro's just held back in his base, just getting destroyed here by these light cap, these Hussars and these Halberdiers. And now the Halberdiers continue to move forwards for FWB. Let's see what Astaro can do with his Halberdiers, though. He'll do a little bit of a harass, and the Paladins may actually find it hard to defend against this. With a cavalry army to defend against this, is probably a good idea to send those Halberdiers forward. Clear off the defensive army there for FWB, and then continue to push forwards. A lot more light cut out in play now for Astaro, but the Halberdiers are pushing forwards to his gold, and without his gold, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't want to engage those Halberdiers with those cavalry, so that's a good idea there, but the Halberdiers taking down all the defenses there for FWB. FWB forced to defend with his own Halberdiers. Now sending more Halberdiers forwards here for Astaro. He is pushing with Halberdiers, and this is a late Imperial Age with a Halberdier push. The Halberdiers walking in strong and going to do very well against these minimal Paladins. So I think this is an absolutely brilliant strategy here from Astaro. He sent those Halberdiers forward, cleared off the cavalry defense there from FWB, and now he's sending in his light cav to raid. Let's see what FWB can do in response. He's building more archery ranges now, so he's actually going to merge into elite skirmishers to take down these Halberdiers from Astaro, which is a good response to this. He needs some cheap unit that he can use to take down the Halberdiers, because the Halberdiers are just so strong against him at the moment. But currently the light cap doing the damage. The monk is out in play for FWB, perhaps to try and get the relics. I wonder how many relics he does have. Only the one, but that will still be worth it for him. The Halberdier battle continues towards the left-hand side. And Astaro continuing to take this battle forward to FWB. And this is really good at the moment. Really nice play here from Astaro. And you know what, guys? He may be able to take this game if he keeps pushing like this. He currently is starting to push back out and regain the map control. He just needs some more gold-intensive units at the moment to continue with this. But we are going to see the elite skirmishers coming out now for FWB. Surely he's going to produce them any second now. But he has a shortage of wood and... Yeah, he has a shortage of wood at the moment, actually. We see FWB with a serious shortage of wood. Where are his woodcutters? His woodcutters are doing nothing. Oh no, and this is really bad for FWB. He may be 4,000 ahead in the score, but he has no wood. He has no wood income. He has a few villagers here chopping wood, but it's not enough to sustain his production. He's got to deal with his economy right now. If he does not deal with these villagers and get them on wood, he's going to be in trouble. Indeed, he has dealt with it, so realise that he has a shortage of wood and is acting on it, sending those villagers to continue to chop the wood. But this has given Astaro a little bit of an advantage here, and he's going to continue to push forward with these halberdiers and these scouts. He needs to just keep pushing and pushing. But Hussar's coming in now, though, for FWB, and I think Astaro needs to watch out. He does have a lot of halberdiers that he can defend, but he's going to need to choose his defense wisely, send those halberdiers to the correct places, doing a good job there. Slowly going to split them up, but he's not going to, so he's going to lose a few villagers here. The halberdiers, though, going to take down the Hussars. So not losing all that much villagers. However, I don't think that the same can be said here for FWB, with the halberdiers doing quite decent damage to the villagers. And we see these skirmishes now coming into effect for FWB, finally producing those skirmishes. Astaro continues to hold on though, but now losing that gold, and he's going to lose the villagers on there. A lot of elite skirmishes in play for FWB now. So let's see what Astaro can do to defend against this. Does he go with more cavalry? I'm not too sure. What's his plan? He has the food, so perhaps we're going to see some more light cav coming out. Indeed, we see the light cav continuing to come out. But he's going to stop him from raiding at least. The light cav just continue to raid the base of FWB. And we actually see FWB with a higher population than Astaro. So FWB still in the lead, especially with these elite skirmishers and halberdier. Now getting into mass there for him. Oh, but we see a push now up to the north for Astaro. So he's going to try and push in and take down perhaps these barracks from FWB. But he's got to watch out on this push on the left-hand side, because if FWB gets in with these elite skirmishers, he'll do quite effectively against all the halberdier that Astaro has in defense. And also, Astaro could be getting low on wood. It seems like he's struggling on his wood, actually. He needs more villagers and needs to put them on wood in order to sustain his production. Still very vigilant of these villagers, though, moving them back when he saw these skirmishers out in play. But slowly but surely, we see FWB doing a better and better job at pushing back the forces from Astaro. Astaro is going to keep fighting, though, slowly closing the score gap, but still far enough away that I don't know if he can come back. But it seems like he's doing the best job that he can. Continuing to do harass on this base, and now sending Hussars. So finally, Astaro has got up to the correct upgrades and has the Hussars in play. Hussars now going to easily deal with these elite skirmishers, and this has become a full trash war with these Hussars being the base of both players' armies. Let's see what damage. Astaro can do with these Hussars. Well, he doesn't want to get them killed off by the halberdiers, that's for sure. It looks like halberdiers up in the north-hand side for FWB, killing off the halberdiers there for Astaro. And the Hussars coming around the back to do some further raiding on the other town centers, so Astaro's just got a worldly presence here. He's here and he's there and he's everywhere at the moment, with these Hussars just doing the raiding here on the base of FWB. But we see a few more paladins in play, though, for FWB. So perhaps he he's got that paladin upgrade. He may as well use it if he has the gold. And he does indeed have a lot of gold at the moment. Barracks is slowly getting taken down by Astaro, so step by step at the moment. But soon the players will struggle with their wood and they're going to have to push out. Perhaps Astaro will have the advantage here, because he is starting to get a little more map control, and I think that's his plan at the moment. He wants to gain the map control back, because it's going to be vital when both players run out of wood. If Astaro can control this wood patch here, this may be the game for him. He needs to get this wood, though, around the left-hand side as well. The halberdiers, though, in force for FWB may force him off this wood here, which would be devastating. But look at all this harass here from Astaro, with the Hussars doing an immense amount of damage to all the woodcutters. And FWB with a lot of wood. He's probably buying some of the wood with his gold, but he's short on food now, and he will be short on wood soon. But I guess he won't, because he can't produce anything. The Hussars just all over the place at the moment for Astaro, and he's just decimating the economy of FWB. FWB down to 148 population, whereas Astaro is full population. So he may take this. He may take this very shortly, guys. Halberd is still in play, but currently FWB just not with the food to keep producing them. He's getting the food supply now, so yeah, he's going to keep producing it. But I have a feeling Astaro just has the better economy at the moment. By some remarkable miracle, he has the better economy. But maybe it was just extremely solid playing and making the right decisions. More town centers coming up for FWB now, but the harass continues for Astaro, doing absolutely a major amount of damage to FWB's economy. And we see 123 villages for FWB now. 123 villages, whereas Astaro is at the population limit, and this is absolutely amazing at the moment. FWB trying to push on at this right-hand side. We see the Cav Archers coming out now. He knows he's short on food. He's going to try and use those Cav Archers to take out those Halberdiers, but he's going to need a lot of them, and he's going to need to micro well. But I just don't see how he's going to come back from this now. He's just lost so much of his economy. 102 population. And I'm sure we're going to see the GG soon. And somehow, remarkably, Astaro managing to win this, I think. I think Astaro is going to take this. And that is absolutely remarkable if he does, considering the odds he was against. He was pretty much castled in, taken off his gold, but he showed what you can do if you keep trying and if you keep fighting on. Absolutely amazing game. So the battle continues here, trying to take down the Cav Archers there from FWB. And very easily forcing them back. What can FWB do about this? I don't see it way back from for him. He doesn't have the economy. He's got to get the economy back now, but he's not building any villages. We do not see any villages from him. He needs to spend all the food on his army. Slowly getting some villages here, but I think he's just lost focus here. He's got villages in his town centre. He's not maintaining his economy, and Astaro's just come back. He's just boomed up his economy, kept his economy going, and now he's in full force, and he will take this game any moment now. 88 villages for FWB, full population for Astaro, over 100 more population than FWB. And we see the GG from FWB. Wonderful job there from Astaro. That was an absolutely marvellous game there. Absolutely marvellous, and a marvellous comeback. That was some true quality skill there from a true quality player. But good job to FWB for the pressure he put on Astaro, but it just wasn't enough. Astaro was too good for him. And I guess he may have let Astaro off the hook a little bit. Perhaps he should have been more aggressive. He didn't get the positioning of his knights, and he didn't get those rams down when they came out to take down the castle. It's an absolutely wonderful game there from Astaro. Was faultless. Yes. He did everything right. So absolutely.